We've all had moments where we feel left out or that we don't belong. They're not pleasant, but usually pass quickly. When these moments turn into hours, days, or weeks, health begins to suffer. But why? Keen to understand the biological roots of loneliness, a team of American researchers probed what was happening inside 141 people suffering from PSI, perceived social isolation, better known as loneliness. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we probe how your body reacts to loneliness. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. It's not about being alone per se. That is the issue. Being alone is not necessarily problematic. Problems arise when people find themselves alone when they don't want to be. It is this discrepancy between preferred and actual social interactions that leads to the diagnosis of PSI. Now, to be diagnosed with PSI, you need to score 41 or more points on the UCLA Loneliness Scale, which is a questionnaire that probes the quantity and quality of your social relations. In the case of the participants being probed in this study, all of them had managed to hit this number on at least 3 occasions during a 5-year period of monitoring. The people with the diagnosis were normal in terms of the usual health biomarkers. The thing that stood out, they all had less social support and they seemed to stress more easily and feel a little more miserable, that is, depressed, which makes sense. These people felt socially isolated. Also, being socially isolated had a toll on the gene expression of their white blood cells. This is what the team found when they analyzed the blood samples taken as part of the Chicago Health, Aging, and Social Relations cohort. The white blood cells of people with PSI showed different gene expression patterns. One gene, the CTRA gene, was always switched on in this population. It wasn't turned on in people without social problems. The gene, a conserved transcription response to adversity gene, the name says it all, is activated in adversity, suggesting the brain sees being socially isolated as an adversity. This causes the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight arm of your nervous system, to be firing on all 4 cylinders. You're ready to run. This hypervigilant state sees your heartbeat faster and your blood pressure rise a little. The team also found a couple of other things happened when it is activated in people suffering from PSI. They had more white blood cells, specifically monocytes. And these monocytes had switched on pro-inflammatory genes, causing a low-grade inflammation. The type 1 interferon and antibody-related genes had been switched off. The absence of the type 1 interferon response impairs the ability of the immune system to respond timeously to a viral infection. So, the socially isolated are more likely to catch a cold. Also, sickness behaviors materialize because all those pro-inflammatory cytokines bring inflammation. And inflammation, especially when it happens in the brain, causes you to act sick. You're more anxious, less motivated, more miserable, and less social, which makes you lonely. Aish. It's a catch-22. The longitudinal nature of this study allowed researchers to observe more CTRA gene expression causes more social isolation, and more social isolation causes more CTRA gene expression. As humans, we need social interaction. We need to be part of a tribe. We need to belong. It's wired into our biology. When this social interaction is missing, it produces more than sad feelings. It changes our biology. And these biological changes make us more lonely. To break the cycle of PSI, you need to start socializing. Of course, this is easier said than done. It's hard to be social when you don't feel like it, but you must make the effort. If you know someone who seems socially isolated, reach out to them. Understand their biology is more than likely driving their behavior. If you help them connect, you'll break the cycle of social isolation and low-grade inflammation and create better body chemistry. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry so you optimize your health and the health of your family? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who is socially isolated? Share this video with them so they understand why they need to make the effort to get out more, and then invite yourself over for tea and a chat. Don't take no for an answer. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.